Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Laura Linney and Cynthia Nixon are back on Broadway in Manhattan Theatre Club's stunning new production of the Lillian Hellman classic, The Little Foxes, under the direction of Daniel Sullivan. And we're here on opening night to celebrate with the company. Laura, thank you for one of the most electrifying evenings I have ever spent in the theater, and I've been going since I was 8 years old. So I thank you for just a riveting night.
Thank you.
What's it been like working on this? This is such a special production.
It is. I mean, Dan Sullivan has just such a deft hand, and I've always really enjoyed this play. I've read it in school, and I've seen other productions of it, and you know, it's a play from a long time ago. It's a play from 80 years ago, and you wonder when you read it on the page, is it a little creaky and does it have relevance? And I just think that Dan and this amazing cast have blown so much life into it and so much naturalism, you know, in a play that's very theatrical and, you know, at times can border on camp. But I think that we've sort of really gone the other way and made you believe these are real people.
You know, people wanting things never changes, you know, and family dynamics never change, you know, generation after generation.
And families fighting about money, and children who are raised to believe that their self-worth is based on, you know, being the top of the pack, and if you're the top of the pack, that means somebody else has got to be the bottom of the pack.
What are you enjoying the most?
I think I am getting to say Lillian Hellman's words and watch the play work on people, because the play has so much theatricality to it, and we have so many, like, I know this play so well, but there are I'd say the majority of our audiences come not knowing what's going to happen, and I think the play really takes them by surprise.
Yeah. My final question, back on Broadway again, when you took your bow tonight, do you remember what you were thinking?
Just, you know, thinking, this audience is so generous, and listen to them cheer, and it's wonderful to be here, and I hope I don't topple as I curtsy.
That's what Laura said, the same thing. I hope I don't fall.
Hope I don't topple, yes.
Welcome to Broadway. It's opening night. How do you feel?
I'm thrilled. I've had a long relationship with Manhattan Theatre Club, you know, from being able to be a standby on Doubt for Adrienne Lennox, the wonderful Adrienne Lennox, to going on national tour, to now return older, wiser, to be able to do this play, to see the resurgence and renaissance of Lillian Hellman as a voice. I'm a native Washingtonian, and at Arena Stage this year they did 2 of her plays, Watch on the Rhine and Little Foxes. So to have this female voice in all of its brashness and ferocity and nastiness in the most delicious way possible is an opportunity, and I'm just thrilled.
What an incredible company of actors you're working with.
The best. We have such a great time, such pros. Everyone admires each other as people and as artists, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's a dream job.
So I talked to your wife on the red carpet going in tonight, stunning as ever in her blue jumpsuit. I asked her, did you rehearse at home? And he was like, what would you do to the kids, to your boys?
Yeah, I would say things like, eat. I would say things like, eat your dinner, I'm gonna treat you like a magpie.
They probably just giggled at you, right?
Yeah, they just giggled at me. They don't. They know I'm an actor, but if you ask my son like a line, he'll just say magpie.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
10th Broadway show, right?
I can't believe it. I can't believe, because there was a time when I left just to do some directing for Mr. Papp, and you know, and our wonderful. I directed the late and wonderful Derek Walcott's play down at the Public, which was something extraordinary, and it's just a joy to be in theater. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
You're very much a part of this scene, and
full circle with this. You went to school with Lynn?
I went to school with Lynn, and I was in the last production of A Little Foxes at Lincoln Center with Stockard Channing. I was at that.
Directed by Jack O'Brien.
The wonderful Jack O'Brien, yes. So it's just, I mean, this particular my 10th play, and there's something about being here. It's like home. It's like coming, it was still journeying forth, but it's just, I think this is really my first play with Lynn since Yale.
So wonderful and so different.
They're so completely different, and it's a really it shows you what interpretive, the whole point of interpretive performance and acting. You can have one text, two performers with so many different insights and so many different ways of looking at it, and still keep it well within the lines of the production as it's been set by the director. They're both such wonderful women too. So they're so solid, and they're such lovely women, and it's such a pleasure to play with them.
Welcome to Broadway. It's opening night. How do you feel?
Fantastic. I really do. This has been such a joy to work with Dan, who's obviously a wonderful director, very deserving of his reputation, and this amazing cast. So I feel really blessed is an overused term these days, but I really do feel blessed to have this be my Broadway debut.
What a way to come to Broadway. I mean, with this cast.
I know, and I feel I knew Laura, actually. We were in school together at Juilliard. We never worked together there because we were in different years, but we knew each other, we knew each other's work. So getting the chance to work with her on stage after all this time is fantastic. And of course, Cynthia, getting to know Cynthia has been also, a really eye-opening and wonderful experience. Both of them are so warm, so welcoming. They really have set the tone for the production. It's been a great camaraderie.
Also so unique because the two leading ladies are switching out. So what were rehearsals like? It must have been amazing to watch two different interpretations of these great roles.
Yeah, they had an amazing balance of being both very collaborative about it, and then also knowing when to take a step back and let the differences start to come out and leave each other alone. And that was like such a lesson in how to be just a generous actor and make it it wasn't about ego, it wasn't about, neither of them made it about themselves. It was just about discovering these characters and making the story as true as it could be.
Yeah, they just, everything that Francesca said, and they fed off of each other, they inspired each other. It was such a comfortable and happy room. It's not what maybe you would think, like two great iconic actresses sort of watching each other do different things. I mean, sometimes you'd see one of them come up and say, "Hey, I just watched you do that. I might do that too." You know what I mean? And that's collaborating. It's wonderful.
Well, first of all, thank you for one of the most electrifying evenings I have ever spent in the theater. This was so incredible.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I'm so glad you liked it. We're proud of it, and we're having a wonderful time, and I'm so relieved that we're open. I'm so relieved. Yeah.
I've had the privilege of seeing you play both roles already. I love it both ways. What was it like for you working on that, like in the rehearsal room and trying to find it?
It was hard, actually, and I got to a point, like the week before we moved into the theater, when my brain just exploded. Like I couldn't, it's hard to work intensely on two things at the exact same time, simultaneously. You can do sort of one and then do the other, but both at the same time it competes in your brain, so it gets a little tough.
Just working with this incredible company and sharing the stage with Cynthia Nixon, what it means to you.
Well, no, it's a wonderful once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that all of us had, particularly Cynthia and I, and I'm so deeply grateful to Lynn and to Barry, the artistic directors of Manhattan Theatre Club, for indulging me in this crazy idea. So it's been really fun. But audiences seem to be enjoying it, so that's good.